Hi. So, as you just learnt, I got appointed as Deputy Dean last year. Interesting time during COVID. Um, my duties are basically there to support Paul Coulthard, the current Dean, in quite a wide variety of roles, really. One, to deputise him at meetings with college, which is pretty much what I've done today. Um, some are very, very well, I suppose, involved. For example, last week we had the tremendous output from the A-level results with grade inflation, and consequently the school has taken on significant higher numbers of undergraduates than we'd ever imagined, so that's had huge implications. So then we're liaising with the government to establish funding streams, training. So my role can be very varied. It's not specific. Aspects that I really enjoy are being involved in seeing how the school runs at an operations level, but perhaps more importantly, supporting staff actually in a variety of roles. Not only supporting centre leads, but individual meetings with individual staff who have challenges or wishes for promotion or career development. So I kind of take a little bit of the pressure off Paul and can meet with them. And in addition, a percentage of my time is also dealing with complaints from either undergraduates, members of staff, again, really supporting them and trying to work through and trying to perhaps help Paul see sometimes the bigger picture. So it's very enjoyable, but equally very challenging. Every day is different, no day is prescriptive. But yeah, it's certainly a varied and demanding role. Okay, so in taking on this role, my biggest dilemma was keeping to heart the things I'm very passionate about: the undergraduate teaching, the postgraduate teaching, the research, and my clinical practice, both here in the hospital and outside. So I'm part time, but practically full time in both domains. Um, I suppose that's been interesting for me because some of you may be aware I had sort of health issues at the close of last year, which really did make me sit and reflect. And at that point, I was about to take on a significant role for the British Orthodontic Society and also become the president of the British Society for Dental Sleep Medicine. So I kind of really had to sit and reflect and decide what potentially I could take on and what I really couldn't take on. But that was hard. I'm not used to not doing things. And yeah, you'd come to realize actually there comes a point in your life where actually you just have to learn to prioritize. And I don't think I've been particularly great at doing that. So the challenge for me at the moment is preserving my clinical interest, my teaching interest, and supporting Paul. So we have a very, very good relationship, which is good, and he knows he can count on me to support him ad hoc as well as on a routine basis. So that works for me because if we're in a time where we're very busy with exams or commitments clinically, I can step back a little bit from my role, and he's flexible enough to allow that. Interesting. Yeah, the work-life balance. I think most of us would would probably laugh when we talk about work-life balance. Um, my partner, my wife, would say I don't have a work-life balance really. My kids might disagree slightly. What are my interests outside of dentistry? Really, exercise has always been one. Which so you can imagine with major spinal surgery that didn't go down very well at home or with me. And my other interest is golf, which is a incredibly frustrating game. And my wife sometimes questions me as to whether it really does stress relieve or add to my stress levels. But I'm convinced it does stress relieve. So, yeah, I try. I'm trying harder, and also have four children, which are at various points in their lives. So, yeah, we have a very, very busy family life and a very busy professional life. But it seems to be working at the moment, so hopefully I can carry on. Yeah, I think the aspect of advising trainees has always been relevant to all of us involved in teaching, really. I think we never regard our trainees as trainees. We regard them as very much as colleagues, and watching their careers develop is almost as satisfying as training them as individuals into specialists and even graduate dentists. And it's always rewarding for me to watch individuals grow and achieve. And in fact, one would always hope that actually individuals should achieve more and become better practitioners than perhaps we ourselves are, because they get the collective benefit of a number of us teaching them. My advice is always, well, aspire to what really you're passionate about, because it's hard to view dentistry or orthodontics simply as a job. And I think most of us don't do that. We're very lucky in the specialty of orthodontics, in that it's demanding, it's thought-provoking, it's interesting, but it's actually very, very satisfying as a profession. So I think that comes quite easy. And managing trainees, inverted commas, is quite easy as well, because these are motivated young individuals who are aspiring to achieve their best, and hopefully we provide for them a very stable environment and one in which they can grow and reach that full potential. So embracing that is a fundamental part of, I think, training.